It's getting better. It's a little better all the time. I have to admit, it's getting better. It's getting better since you've been mine.
And now, 1160 AM KBDT proudly presents Life Solutions, coaching, counseling, naturopathic medicine, insights for successful living, and getting better with Ann Beal.
Welcome. I am so glad to be here. I haven't been live in a while. I have recorded for a few weeks now. It's nice to be back in studio. Hello, Chris. I have a wonderful guest today. He is an entrepreneur and an inventor. He is our special guest for Pet Time of the Month for your pets, and his name is Marshall Walls. And you might want to talk right in there, Marshall.
Certainly.
And before we get started talking about your pets and things you can do for your pets, I just wanted to ask for prayer for some friends of ours who had their first child was killed in a car wreck yesterday. He got hit by an 18-wheeler. And it's the Hooper family, Sandra and Tommy Hooper. Their son, Ryan, 29-year-old coach for a middle school in Caldwell. And their younger daughter, Cheyenne, had already been killed in a car wreck in 2011 when the freeze came and the ice. And so now that both of their children are gone. And so, I think that a lot of people out there are discouraged. And it takes a lot of courage to fight that discouragement. And I want you to fight. I want you to be courageous. God has made us brave and stout-hearted. He's made us to be courageous. And he's given us a purpose, things that he wants us to do in life. And we can't do it if we just hide at home. And so I just encourage you to be brave, courageous, and step out. What God's given you, what ideas he's given you, what inventions he's given you, whatever he's given you to do, step out, be brave, and go for it. Life is still there. Go out and live the life God has for you. Just remember, the Bible tells us that our days are numbered, that he knew all the days he had for us before we were even one day old. So our days are numbered. We're going to die when we're going to die. And there's nothing you can do about that. What he wants you to do is live the life he made for you and go do it. Go be courageous. And this is what Marshall's done. And that's why I wanted Marshall to be on, because Marshall had an idea. And I wonder if he's had many ideas, because so many people have ideas. They just aren't courageous enough to try them. So Marshall, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
So tell us about what you have designed, because I knew you did you do it for your dogs?
Well, it was necessity.
It was a necessity.
Yeah, the mother of all inventions, of course. And we had I'd gotten married, and my wife and I had a house. We had a traditional dog door with a flap in the door. And
that's what we have.
Yeah, that's what most people have. And we moved, got a new house, didn't have a dog door, but we still had the two dogs. And it had a glass paneled back door, and there was just no way to cut a hole in that thing and put a dog door in it. So after we moved in, we just started leaving the back door open. And, that goes on for a while, and the dogs kind of liked it, but it was really bad for the mosquitoes and the heat and the air and all that. So I just got to thinking about it one day, and I'd had a bull terrier before, and it had mastered getting out of my fence by using its nose to move a slat in the fence.
Oh, he was smart.
He was smart. He could go in and out. And so I kind of got to look into that door, and I thought, well, if I put something down here that the dog can use his nose on to push it open, and I can keep the latch from locking, and I can somehow make the door go back to the closed position, that would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
And so I just started working on that kind of concept, and I came up with a little thing I attached to the edge of the door, and I got the dog to where the dog would use his nose to open. It was really easy. As a matter of fact, it was natural for the dog. You really didn't have to train him. The dog knew exactly what to do, use its nose to push it, He did it. He got to where he could open the door real well. I struggled for a while with something to block the latch. Finally came up with a very simple little plate that you install over the latch, and it keeps it locked very well. And then I got to close the door, I got a spring, something like you use on those screen doors, and added a chain to it and made it adjustable, a couple of other little pieces of hardware that attached to the top of the door, and that got to where the door would close. So now then I had the dog can open it with his nose. I had the blocking plate to block the door from latching, and then I got the spring that shuts the door. So that's pretty much it.
Wow, but that was very inventive of you. Like, you must have had some background to go, oh, I could make that.
Well, I think, you just come up with a need and then you just start thinking about it, and you can come up with a solution.
So you had a French bulldog. No, you had a bulldog. No, tell me what kind.
I had a bull terrier, which
Bull
is like
terrier.
Spuds McKenzie.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Because you don't see them very often.
No, you don't.
Are
No,
they
you don't.
normally really smart dogs?
No, he wasn't that smart.
He wasn't that smart.
He
could
just
use
wanted
that
to get
noise.
out.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get out.
Yeah.
And he would get out and he'd go on these raids around the neighborhood and then come back, and he'd come back through the same slat that he went out from. And I had a neighbor come up and say, your dog attacked my dog on the street today. And I looked at him and I said, there's no way he can't get out of that fence.
And he's in the backyard right now.
He's in the backyard right now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I was wrong. He did get out and he did create havoc anywhere he went.
So how'd you figure it out?
I just went out and started pushing around on every slat on the fence, and I finally found one that moved, and I went like, good grief, this dog is much smarter than he just wanted out. It
Right.
wasn't, yeah. So anyway, it was an interesting experience, and you just take that and, people around dogs a lot know that they use their nose for pretty much everything.
So how did you get into selling them the way you had, though? Did somebody see it and want one? How did that happen?
No, I had the idea, and I kind of refined it a little bit and got everything where it was working okay, and I kind of was happy with it, and drew up a patent. You can go to the USPTO website. They have a ton of information on there. Anybody that's looking to create a patent needs to go there and learn what's going on, even before you go to a lawyer.
Oh, okay. So you went to USPTO.com.
Yes.
And it tells you how to create a patent, or is that where you first apply?
You can search for patents that are existing. There's all kind of information about patents and what you need to do and when you need to do it and that kind of thing.
Oh, so you knew by looking no one had created something like this before.
Well, I had never seen it, and I figured if it had been created, it would be on the market because it was so
Right.
neat.
And dog doors are damaging to the door.
Well,
And they weaken the door.
yeah, for my door, we would have had to thrown the existing door away. That's $400 right there. Then you got to buy another door, get the dog door installed. That's another $500 or $600 right there also. And then you got a dog door with a big hole in your door. And there's
Yeah, that's what we have. And,
and if get
I've had people tell me people can break in through those.
yeah,
right?
it's common.
And so with you, and that's what I was going to ask you. Like, I guess you can take it off and lock your door when you want to. You don't have to leave it on. It's not permanent.
No,
right?
it stays on. It stays on.
Oh, it stays on,
What-
but you can still lock it.
It doesn't affect the deadbolt.
Oh, okay.
It only affects the latch where the doorknob turns. The deadbolt works just like it does.
So tell us the website for that, for your dog door.
That's inandoutpetdoor.com.
And I see it, and there's videos of it, but I've seen your dogs, and I was like, that is like the coolest thing.
Uh-huh.
And I was telling my husband, I was wondering what you put out every day, these big piles of boxes.
Yeah.
And I thought, is that trash? Jim goes, no, UPS picks them up, or whoever, he sells those. And,
Yeah.
and then when we saw it, I said, I know why you sell so many.
Yeah.
Because it's like the neatest thing.
Yeah.
And it's a simple kind of thing.
Very simple. Yes, ma'am.
And had you ever invented anything before?
Well, I'm a tinkerer, and I've come up with a need, and I'll try to figure something out, to help me out with that. My first little project was something I call the Smart Shopper, which was when I had 4 kids and we were on a budget,
Right.
and I thought I could do the shopping better than my wife. Okay. I started going and I was taking coupons. I didn't know how to do it at first, but after a while, I began to develop a technique, and I became one of these guys that you go buy a cart full of groceries for $12, stuff like that. So I really got into it and wanted to develop it as a real product, but just never got it to that point. Okay.
But you were incredible at that.
I liked it. Yeah, it really worked and saved me a ton of money. And it made shopping easier. So I could organize my coupons by row.
For the grocery store.
For the grocery store. So
Wow.
it was very easy to use. Of course, I'm too lazy to do that now, and I don't use coupons anymore.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And so, but it motivated you to see how little money, is that what it was? See how
I
little
wanted
you
to
can
see
spend?
where the money was going, and I started doing the shopping, and I started using coupons, and I would go on we had triple coupon day. So that would be the day that I would do my grocery shopping. And you can do very well with coupons.
I
You
know.
could.
So your wife, does she do it now?
No,
So you make enough money where you don't worry about the coupons, or you're
probably
just
not,
lazy?
but I'm just too lazy. Yeah,
Just too lazy.
I don't eat that much.
Yeah. Well, it's such a cool thing if you can do it without it being so much work. I think people just think
Yeah.
it's too hard and it's not worth it, right? But I do see people when I'm checking out though.
Yeah.
Lots of people still do it, but not as many as used to.
Yeah.
And I would love to know how to do that, wouldn't you guys? So when you're on that, see if you can contact Marshall Walls about couponing. Do they have a way to get a hold of you on that website?
Yeah, you can contact me on the website.
So In and Out,
It's kind of a weird
In and Out-
name. It's kind of hard to say or
In
spell
and
or
Out
anything.
Pet Door.
It's IN hyphen the letter N hyphen OUTPETDOOR.com.
But see, I think it would be very easy because In and Out, it's the same way.
Yeah.
And maybe they got rid of the hyphens on
The
their
hyphens
website.
is the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, somebody already owned In and Out Pet Door.
Probably.
You could go get it.
Right. They probably did own it.
Shouldn't have said that.
I did some searching like everybody should, when they're going to try to do something like this to
Mhm.
come up with the best name that fits the product.
That's exciting. So you had done things like that. You just had never implemented them into a way to actually just sell them.
Well, I actually wrote a book once.
Really? Tell us
Yeah,
what the name of it
It
is.
was it's called Getting There Fast, and it was I have 4 sons, and they all played soccer. And if you've got kids that are playing soccer in the DFW area, you know that on a Saturday you could end up anywhere.
Right.
And these fields are pretty obscure, and it's really kind of hard to find them. So I decided to go out and write a book about the soccer fields in the Metroplex. I had 101 of them in the book, and it shows you easy ways to get to every soccer field and what the field looked like when you got there. And I had 300 of them printed. I sold 230 of them for $15 a piece, and then I got a job, and I kind of dropped it and walked away.
Wow. Gosh, so you actually take ideas and you implement them.
Yeah. It's
And you've always done that?
probably not, no, but
Because what happens in your head if you don't? Is it hard for you to not keep going forward?
no, it's not really that hard.
Because I see you always out in the garage tinkering.
Yeah.
And so I think he is, a guy that's always doing stuff.
Well, I'm
always
putting
busy.
dog doors in a box out there.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think the dog door is like the coolest thing. So if you can go on that website in hyphen
It's IN hyphen
yeah.
N hyphen OUTPETDOOR.com. And it's taken me 3 years to get to where I could spell that correctly.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to go in hyphen.
It's
in
awful. I
hyphen
hate
out.
that part of me, but it's the way it is.
Yeah, well, that's really cool. So when we come back, I would just like to, because we're going to break soon for commercial, I would just like you to talk about how you're able to go forward. Because a lot of people have ideas, right?
Mhm.
And they just don't do anything with them. And they think, or they want something and think that would be cool to do, but I wonder if I can find somebody to make it or somebody to do it. Searching online. I've heard when you search online for something like that, it gives people ideas, right?
Mhm.
So Googling it can be a bad thing. But I just want them to know the steps kind of to go forward. Now, the PTO.com
Yes.
to go check out patents is definitely a way to check first. And then you have to get a lawyer.
Well, you can go ahead and file a preliminary patent on your own, and that's what I'll do. I believe they last 18 months. So you can come up with your idea, come up with a rough drawing, and
Go for it.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first-class tickets.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. Again, that's 800-871-3291.
Why do you think bank presidents and jewelry store owners trust ADT to protect their homes and businesses? Because they feel safe, and you can too. How would you like to monitor your home from fire, floods, and yes, robberies without even being there right from your smartphone? That is peace of mind. You may even save money on your homeowner's insurance just by having an ADT system installed. And there's even a money-back guarantee. How about that? We guarantee 100% satisfaction. You have nothing to risk. Why do you think people who have so much to protect trust ADT? Because it works. Call right now for a free quote. We'll even give you a free gift for calling. So pick up your phone and call Protect Your Home, an ADT authorized premier provider now.
800-818-0191. 800-818-0191. 800-818-0191. That's 800-818-0191.
Attention seniors on Medicare and Medicaid or receiving extra help for your prescription drugs. We have great news. You can change or enroll into a Medicare plan every 3 months if you qualify, all from the comfort and safety of your own home, over the phone. No one even needs to come to your home. And in minutes, we'll tell you all about some additional new Medicare benefits for you, like dental, vision, hearing, transportation, and more. Call us. We'll explain all your new Medicare benefits. Premiums are as low as $0 per month. Even if you are not paying anything for your coverage now, you need to call our licensed agents to review your plan. There are zero-cost plans available in some areas. Don't wait till next year. Get all the Medicare benefits you deserve. Call a licensed agent today.
800-461-2114. 800-461-2114. That's 800-461-2114. Paid for by Senior Choice Plans.
Rockstar Radio is looking for a co-host. Yes, you heard me correctly. Nationally syndicated radio show and popular podcast, Rockstar Radio with Billy Gerard, is looking for a co-host. In fact, 2 segment co-hosts. One will join Billy weekly talking about all things financial, and another for a weekly review of the national real estate and mortgage market. Co-hosting with Billy Gerard could be the move that puts your career into overdrive. For all the details and to schedule an audition with Billy, send an email to bill@rockstar.today. That's bill@rockstar.today. Or go to rockstar.today/co-host for all the details. Rockstar Radio is looking for 2 expert co-hosts. It could be you. Email bill@rockstar.today. Or go to rockstar.today/co-host. Being on the radio with Billy will make you the expert in the field. It could take your career over the moon. Get all the audition details at rockstar.today/co-host.
To admit it's getting better, it's a little better all the time.
You're getting better all the time. Now, back to Ann Beal on 1160 AM, KBDT.
This one's been worse for wear. I didn't know that was.
Welcome back. We are here with Marshall. He was looking at my headphones, making fun of my old headphones. You know, they're good luck. And so, I don't know. I've just had them forever. And so my husband was like, you should get a new pair. And I was like, I've had these. I've actually had those headphones since I first started radio. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so they just mean a lot to me, but he did actually buy me a new pair. Mm-hmm. I just haven't brought them yet. Okay. I saw you were looking at them. Anyway, welcome back to the Getting Better Show. I'm Ann Beal, and my guest is Marshall Walls. This is our Pet Time show. We do it once a month, and we try to help you with your pets. Next month, we're going to have the Vincents on about essential oils for your pets. And Marshall is talking to us about his invention for a pet door. Now, one of the things that I love that Marshall came up with this, he was talking about his, what is he called? The bulldog?
Bull Terrier.
Bull Terrier. Those are the ones with the big nose, Spud.
Spuds McKenzie.
You know, it's weird that we just don't see them very much at all.
Yep.
We do have a neighbor that has one. Have you
Yes.
seen it?
Yeah, he has a miniature.
Oh, it's a miniature.
Yeah, it's an awesome little dog.
Yeah, I've never seen them like in, you see them on TV. I've
Yeah.
never seen them in real life,
Yeah.
but you had one. And hearing about his dog nosing the slat in the fence open so he could get out, and then he would come back.
Yeah.
He'd nose it back open and get back in.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got accused of your dog being out and attacking someone's dog or just around the neighborhood, you were like, my dog is in the backyard.
Yeah.
So we had a wolf, and she would get out and come back in and do the same thing. And we actually, and people would tell us they saw her out, and I would think, she was not an alpha. She didn't attack anybody. She was a sweet dog. People are like a wolf. But we would come home, she'd be back in the yard. And so one day we saw her when we were driving we were almost to our driveway. We saw her running behind the houses and then get back in the fence and come back in the yard.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, right? And so that's so funny. So for you, your pet door, they can just nose open, but the door still works. The lock still works. The latch still works.
Right.
That is amazing.
Right. And the door's still a door.
Yeah, the door is still a door.
If you move, you take your pet door with you. Okay. If your dog gets bigger, it just gets bigger.
Yeah, because he's just nosing the door open.
Yeah.
And if you can go to his website, in out or OUT petdoor.com.
Okay.
So it's like in and or petdoor.com. He spells it out. In and out petdoor.com. But there's a hyphen between in and
before
out.
and after the end.
in-out or in-out.
Yeah.
You'll find it. But you got to go see the video. Now I'm going to put it on our Facebook page, Getting Better with Ann Beal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put it on YouTube. And so you can see it. And it is so cool. Now, let me just tell you why I loved it when I saw it. So at Granddad's condo, he had a pet door. He had this incredible security door and this little pet door that was plastic. And I thought, he spent all this money on this security door, but the pet door itself is plastic. And so someone tried to break in through that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we need to get a really secure door. Don't cut a hole in it when you buy this incredible security door. Don't cut a hole in it and put a little plastic thing. It kind of defeats the purpose, right?
Sure does.
And also, they're not as winterized. They're not as, there's lots of things about them,
Mm-hmm.
but they do cut a hole in your door. Or if you want to go buy one, they're expensive.
Very expensive, yeah.
So for you just put this on your door. Is it hard to install?
Well, no, it's not. I've been really surprised with the ease at which people install the thing. I hardly ever get contacted because I can't install it or I don't know how to do it. Got really good instructions, and it's very simple to install.
That is
7
wonderful.
screws.
See, 7 screws. So can cats use it?
I've sold it to people with cats.
Yeah, because I was thinking, because we actually do have a cat door for our garage, and we had to work really hard to find out how to secure it. But it's small; it's very small, and so I would think cats could do it. I just didn't know.
Well, I haven't gotten a response back from anybody that's bought it with cats. I haven't got a picture or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going
But
by
they
what I've been
haven't
told.
sent it back either.
They didn't send it back either.
Because I would think if it didn't work, they would let you know,
Yeah.
it doesn't work for cats,
Yes.
right? And so we have some big cats. You've seen our cats that are outside. And so your little dogs use it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just think it's so exciting that you branched out to do that. And I was talking to him about hobbies and healthy pleasures. I mean, come on, guys. Right now, you have ideas, you have dreams, and I want you to consider doing that. I don't want you watching Facebook all the time or YouTube or TV when you have these incredible ideas that God's given you to launch and move forward. So I want you to step out, even if it's hiking. So my husband is off hiking today. He's on a men's retreat that he's doing, and he's speaking later. And they got up and went hiking, and they made incredible meals, all these men, and they're having a very good time. And I was so proud of him, and I just encourage you to do that too. Stay right here. He told me that. So I was like, okay.
So what?
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
I'm looking forward to a play date with my granddaughter.
Nana! I can't wait to get together with my friends for a backyard barbecue.
If you're 65 or older, you're starting to get back to doing things you love. Did you know even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia? It's a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13 valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Ask your doctor or pharmacist today about Prevnar 13. Learn more at Prevnar13.com. Don't get Prevnar 13 if you have had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop.
A little better all the time.
You're getting better all the time. Now back to Ann Beal
How we
on
know when
1160 AM KBDT.
Welcome back. We are chatting away during break about this pet door that I was asking him to share with me, but I didn't want him to share too much because I want to ask him on air. So we were talking about you were searching for your patent for the pet door.
Right.
I assume you didn't find anything like that.
No, I didn't find anything.
Is it hard to search? I mean, do you just put in like pet door?
You just put in keywords.
Okay, good.
Dogs, cats, pets, door, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a typical kind of search that you do on Google. You just try every little combination that you can think of.
Okay.
And the lawyer's going to do that also
Mm-hmm.
when you take it to a lawyer. But it's going to save you a lot of money if you can do it on the front end. Have a good feeling about what you're doing. Go ahead and put the patent together, the preliminary patent, and submit it to the patent office.
So what is a preliminary patent?
It's just a rough drawing about your idea and what you're trying to do.
So did you see how to do that online? Is that when you were at that website?
Well, yeah, I knew, I had looked and saw that you could do the preliminary, and it was relatively cheap. You can do it yourself. You do not need a lawyer for it. And I've got a lot of experience technical writing stuff.
Oh, you do?
So it was easy for me to do the drawings and that kind of thing, but it's a simple invention also.
Yeah.
But it just simplify it, puts what is in your head down on a piece of paper and submit it. And you have, I believe it's a year or a year and a half to follow through with it.
Oh, once you apply for it?
Yeah, once you apply for it.
Oh, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to the lawyer. So you get a patent attorney, I assume?
Yeah, you look for a patent attorney. There's a lot of them around, and there's good ones, and there's not that good ones.
Yes, that's the way it is.
It's so just keep your guard up and use the USPTO website and for information that you can find on it. And they used to have a number that you could call, and they had X people that worked in the patent office would answer and give you advice on stuff. It was incredibly good resource. I don't know if they still have that or not.
Well, you think that kind of stopped after COVID or something? Or?
I wouldn't imagine it was all remote, I believe.
Yeah, I would think maybe they would still, but it's cool to know that.
Yes.
So how much did it, like if you could give an estimate of how much that would cost?
It cost $3,000 for the attorney to get the patent.
Okay.
That's what I did. And I shopped around.
Yeah.
And I actually had the whole thing written, all the drawings done and all that before I even talked to him, gave it to him, and they pretty much, we got it submitted, and took about a year
It takes
to get
that
it
long.
approved. Yeah, it took a good while.
But it's still safe. Nobody's going to steal it.
Once you do that preliminary patent, you're safe. That locks your idea in. Then you go to the attorney, you get your real official patent, your application, and then that gives you even more security right there.
So how long does a patent last? How long is it yours?
Well, it lasted, I believe it was 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and then you have to renew it.
Okay.
And then I've just renewed it recently for another 4 years. That costs $500, by the way.
Oh, to renew it is not as bad. And you want to renew it.
I'm selling them, and I want to keep the patent and do all that. So I'm trying to renew it to protect it.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Well, and on the break too, and we were talking about people having hobbies and getting out and doing things. And I noticed you guys go biking sometimes. And we were talking about that you had a boat. It became more of a burden for you to take care of the boat.
Yes.
We still have our boat. But a lot of people, you just got to figure out what isn't a burden for you that you can enjoy. And like my husband loves to hike or walk. And I always like to run and work out. And I was like, walking, but hiking is wonderful. And it's like a really good workout.
Yes.
I used to think yoga was not I thought that'll go. So I had worked out a few hours, and I thought I'm going to do yoga and kind of wind down. Right. I went into yoga. It is hard. I was so surprised because I'd seen yoga. It didn't look hard. Right. But it is an amazing thing. And people who do yoga are so slim and trim and toned. And so and it's great for anxiety. So finding things that bring you joy, not stress you out. We don't want you stressed out. And, something that really empowers you, because I see you out there with these doors. It's like you. It's become a part of who you are.
Yeah. Do it every day. Every day. And you got to order stuff. You got to make sure you've got an inventory. You don't want to have too much inventory, but you want to have enough. And I actually get an opportunity to employ my grandkids from time to time, which is a super hoot.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. And so the whole thing is on a positive experience. Made a little bit of money, but the idea was to do something and finish it and get it working and sell it, and
yeah, and enjoy it.
So it's been rewarding.
It's part of the reward is seeing it take off. Like this actually is something people like.
Well, you sell the first one, and it's like, I don't believe somebody bought that. And they spent, I don't even know what we were charging at first. I think it was $59.99 or something like that. But it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And then to go through the whole experience of trying to learn how to advertise, which I'm still trying to do. But it's very challenging, but it's fun. You just don't want to get over your head.
No.
And keep, logical and understand what's going on. And yeah.
And now I saw it on your website. It's $75. Is that how much it costs now?
$74.99.
$74.99.
Yeah.
You guys need to get one of these if you have a dog, because I watch his dogs. Now, I told Jim we need to get one, and he's like, we're going to replace the door. We have Juan, the guy that's helping us. He's going to replace that door for us, and then we'll get one. Because I would love for our dogs to do that, right? Yeah. And they would love to, because I don't leave the dog door open. I have this metal security thing and everything. So I don't leave it open so they can go in and out. I just don't. And so if we did that, I could see them, because your dogs, it's weird. I've never seen dogs do that. And so did you train them? Is that what you did?
No.
They just learn.
The dogs like to use their nose to push things open. They do. If they know where to push, they're going to push. And so basically it's just showing them where to push and how the thing works. We've got a bunch of videos on the website of, I think we have 8 dogs up there right now that are learned how to use it that first day. When you see them on the video, it's the first time they've ever worked with the door.
Well, and like our horses to drink water, okay, our drink things in their stalls, they have to push it. with their nose or their chin or whatever.
Yeah.
And they do. And so it's not like we taught them how to do it. I didn't go in there and show up.
Yeah.
And they just do it to get water. So, there's different things that animals do based on different equipment you have for them. For pigs or cows or not. That's nice. It'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
Dogs want to get out.
They want to get out sometimes.
It's like kids want to get their way and test you, right? And so the dogs have to do it too.
Yes.
And cats. Yeah. So I have one cat that always wants to go in and out and in and out. Yeah. But she would have to go out front. But you don't do it in the front of the house. You do it in the back of the house. And you have a fence.
Have a fence.
Yeah. So that's secured.
Yeah.
And then when you, and the lock still works. That's amazing.
Deadbolt lock still works.
That is amazing.
Door's still intact.
No squirrels or raccoons or anything like that can get in.
You can carry it with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Move.
It's
take
cheap.
It with you.
And the idea is, it was like, wow, for me, do I want to spend $800 or $900, get rid of my old door, get a new door, get it installed, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff? Or do I want to spend $75 on something that I can carry with me?
Now, how does your wife do when you have these ideas, right? And then you start like, oh, I'm just going to start selling these. I mean, she's been there. I mean, you've been married a while.
Yeah.
So what does she support you in the beginning, or is she like, oh my goodness, here we go again? Like,
she's a reluctant participant.
Okay. She's a reluctant participant. Well, as long as you follow through and you just don't go buy a bunch of stuff and not do it.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the most discouraging things for people is when they get an idea and they don't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
And later they see someone else has implemented it and it's successful.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many people tell me that they had an idea and then eventually they saw it later. And I always tell them, if you don't do it, God's going to give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
And so I just want to really encourage you to be brave and do it. And even if you've started and then you stopped, okay, this is a really good time to pick it back up. Instead of just trying to distract yourself and avoiding life, because it can be very stressful. And TV is not where you want to go. You almost can't watch a single show on the regular TV that doesn't involve some political or virus or something to terrify you or scare you or global warming or and I just think, okay, they are not taking all the wood out of the forest anymore. So when the forest, that's for fire prevention. Smokey the Bear would talk about that when I was a kid. They have to do all this fire prevention stuff. And then when they get fires, they go, oh, it's global warming. I mean, honestly, these kids that I see in the clinic, so we have a clinic, Life Solutions, in Hazlet, Texas. And we see these kids that are so terrified because they're talking about global warming. They're talking about all this stuff, right? And so kids are stressed out just from hearing it. And I know parents get stressed out. And so it's just so much better if you can use your time differently to create something good for yourself and for the world and not be afraid. So you weren't afraid to try to make that door.
I was not afraid to try to make that door.
Did you go, oh, I could do that?
I was not afraid of failing.
No?
Because you start from a place where you have nothing and you just start putting things together. You have one idea that leads to another idea, to another idea. There'll be problems, there'll be complications, but then you take a step back, take a look, try something else.
So, it's interesting that you said, I'm not afraid of failing, right? Because people that use that word, because I don't ever use that word in my life really, because to me, I can't tell you when I start a business, I have to tweak it and then tweak it. If something doesn't work out, I tweak it. I just never look at it as failing. And no matter what goes wrong, you just keep working it. Right? Okay, that didn't work, so I'll try this. But for you, have you ever been afraid to fail? As they say.
I don't want to fail. That's not what I'm starting out to do. It's like, this is hopeless, but I'm going to try it anyway. No, you have an idea. You think you can make it better. You just start working on your idea and doing one thing at a time. And the next thing you might have a product. And then again, you might have come to the day when you go like, this just ain't going to work, And then you start on something else. You try to figure out a way to make it work.
Yes. It's weird how things come to you. It's in Men in Black. They couldn't figure something out. And the older Men in Black guy, the older one said,
Tommy Lee
Jones. He goes, I have an idea. We need pie.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? No, we got to figure this out. And he goes, nope, we need pie. And so they went, got pie, and they're sitting there. And the guy's like, oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And all of a sudden, he goes, oh, I remember. I got it. I figured it out. And they went on.
Yeah.
And so sometimes just getting away from it a little bit, getting away, you can come back. But don't ever not come back. Don't give up. And I think that's how you succeed. I mean, people ask me, how do you always succeed? Well, you just never give up, never give up, never give up. You just don't. And so no matter how discouraged you get, because right now people are very discouraged and they're like, oh, there's no hope. There is always hope.
Yeah.
There's always hope. And so it's how you look at it. And if you can't see it watching TV, then turn off the TV. If you can't see it watching YouTube, turn off YouTube. Turn it off, because life is very different outside of a screen and listening to you turn off the radio. Just turn off everything and let God lead you to live your life. And it's a wonderful thing. I see you outside most of the time. I see you're out very early.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes you're like, wait, not all the time.
Yeah, sometimes
right?
I'm out early.
Yeah. Well, it's a good attitude to have, Any other ideas in that head of yours? I'm not saying give them out because we know nobody, but any other ideas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got one right now for a baby carrier.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have grandkids.
I have grandkids, and believe me, there's a need.
Oh, God. And so that's, again, as you are just out there and you see something that's not there and something that you need, you're like, there's got to be a way.
But if there's a better way to do it, think of it. If it's awkward, gosh, I hate doing that, well, think of a better way.
And everybody can do that. And that's what's, if people can try to, there are those negative people around you, and they're just, they say they're just trying to protect you from failing, I guess. Or, regret or anything. They think they're helping you, but they're like, oh my gosh, don't even bother. That's not going to work. Yeah. Right. And, when I was in school and I wanted to learn all about families, I grew up in a blended family. And so I wanted to work with families. When I went to child development, got my master's in education, wanted to learn all about, and they're like, you want to do children, adults, teens? I'm like, wait, I want to do the whole family. And they're like, what? I don't think there were enough degrees. You can't do all these programs. I'm like, but I want to do families. So they said, well, you got to decide soon. Well, I didn't, because I thought I came here for families and to get all the education. So started mixing family counseling, family this, family that. And eventually, guess what? I guess they got tired of me because they started a family life program. Good. And then I finally got that. So I have 2 masters for that. But it's like I knew what God was leading me to do. And also God led me to Dallas Theological Seminary. So I knew for counseling, they got to have it. So I was going to get it. And eventually they started a counseling program. And so you let people mold around you instead of you trying to fit their mold. And that's exactly what you've done. That's exciting. So I just encourage you guys, if you can say the one thing that's kept you going, what is it?
The one thing that's kept me going?
Yeah. Hold it, then think about it for next time, unless it comes to you. All right?
Okay.
You think about it. Because you're like, because that is a hard question.
Yeah,
just to
you get me in trouble if I don't want to be too political here, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, because it can be discouraging. Yeah, so don't give up. But stay right here, guys.
Why do you think bank presidents and jewelry store owners trust ADT to protect their homes and businesses? Because they feel safe, and you can too. How would you like to monitor your home from fire, floods, and yes, robberies without even being there right from your smartphone? That is peace of mind. You may even save money on your homeowner's insurance just by having an ADT system installed. And there's even a money-back guarantee. How about that? We guarantee 100% satisfaction. You have nothing to risk. Why do you think people who have so much to protect trust ADT? Because it works. Call right now for a free quote. We'll even give you a free gift for calling. So pick up your phone and call Protect Your Home, an ADT authorized premier provider now.
800-818-0191. 800-818-0191. 800-818-0191. That's 800-818-0191.
Attention seniors on Medicare and Medicaid or receiving extra help for your prescription drugs. We have great news. You can change or enroll into a Medicare plan every 3 months if you qualify, all from the comfort and safety of your own home, over the phone. No one even needs to come to your home. And in minutes, we'll tell you all about some additional new Medicare benefits for you, like dental, vision, hearing, transportation, and more. Call us. We'll explain all your new Medicare benefits. Premiums are as low as $0 per month. Even if you are not paying anything for your coverage now, you need to call our licensed agents to review your plan. There are zero-cost plans available in some areas. Don't wait till next year. Get all the Medicare benefits you deserve. Call a licensed agent today.
800-461-2114. 800-461-2114. That's 800-461-2114. Paid for by Senior.
I've got to admit, it's getting better. It's a little better all the time.
You're getting better all the time. Now back to Ann Beal on 1160 AM KBDT.
Welcome back. We were talking to Marshall Walls about his wonderful pet door invention that lets dogs and cats go in and out with just their nose. And it locks and it seals so it doesn't hurt your door, and it's not very expensive, and it's cool. And I've seen it. I wanted all of you to be willing to branch out and be brave and courageous and go out and do something or create something. One of the things about people who stayed home when we were closed in for those few weeks or months during the pandemic is they came up with so many cool things. People came up with cool things. People were singing. People were creating. They were doing all that kind of stuff. And then it just kind of stopped. Did you see people doing that kind of stuff?
Well, I stayed at home pretty much.
Did you come up with anything during that time?
No.
What did you do during that time?
I probably didn't do a whole lot. It was just day to day. I liked driving around the metro mess, and it was unbelievable, the traffic. There was no traffic.
No, nobody.
You could drive to downtown Fort Worth, and there wasn't a soul.
I know. I got here quickly. I mean, it was so quick
Unbelievable,
to come over here. And, from the Fort Worth area, zoom into Dallas. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't believe it. And it was actually like a year. I mean, it was a long time.
Yes.
So I enjoyed it, getting out, But there are people on YouTube and places that come up with really funny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there were people that made their singing debut just by singing on, just breaking out into song on camera that were really good. And people were brave that way. And a lot of people would never sing in front of anyone, but they'll sing to a camera, right? And I just want you to be brave like that in your own way, whatever that is, and to get out and enjoy life. So I asked you, what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated, keeps you from getting discouraged?
Well, the kids, the wife, the family. Christmas.
Did you add that? Well, I gave you more time.
Yeah, I had to add it.
You're like, why don't we get in trouble?
I got to cover some more bases on that one. Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah, you're
Christmas
right.
is cool. I mean, it really is. It's good. It's the tradition. We've lived with it our whole lives, and I think it's a wonderful time of the year.
So for you have family traditions that you do for Christmas.
Well, we have a tree and we exchange gifts, and we do that. Yeah, and we get together.
And one of the things I want to encourage you guys to do is to reach out to people. Reach out, because you don't know who's alone. You don't know who doesn't have anything to do, anybody that's going to have any family for Christmas. So a lot of people are isolated now because all the anger out there and, people that won't have anything to do with them if they didn't do this, or if they voted for this person, or if they didn't get the vaccine or whatever. And it's really, those people are just divisive people anyway, and they're angry, but they find something wrong. Okay, now I'm not even going to talk to you. And so there are a lot of people who are alone. And so reach out to people, ask them what they're going to do for the holidays. Ask them if they have anywhere to go. Make some food. Deliver some presents. I was talking to Marshall about, let's go caroling. We got to go caroling. That'd be really fun. And I was surprised he didn't, because I've asked people this week and they just kind of look at me like I'm crazy. You did not do that. You're like, that would be fun.
I was thinking it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No. I agree. I think it's an awesome idea, and wish you the best of luck.
I just encourage everyone to have fun. Remember fun. Remember when you had fun. And, laugh. Reach out to people. Send Christmas cards. People are like, what? I mean, a lot of people don't mail anything anymore. Send cards. And if you want people to call you up, this is what I do. And it works. Put glitter in there. Oh, they'll call you. I can't believe you put glitter in there, because when they take it out, it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Now you can put Christmas like little glitter that doesn't just like do badly, but it's fun. And people always call me.
Mhm.
If you want somebody to say, I know how to get people to call me, but reaching out and doing something like that, and being there, having people over, have people over for dinner, have people over for a party. We always have a New Year's Eve party because it's my husband's birthday on January 1st. And so have a party, do something for fun with people, and build community in your neighborhood, build community with your coworkers, or just reach out and help. And so I just thank you for being here, Marshall.
You're welcome.
And have some Christmas traditions. If you haven't had them, start them. Anything, everybody wear their matching pajamas. We've not done that one. What is your Christmas tradition?
Having a tree, exchanging presents, saying Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Not Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yes. There's something about Christmas and Christmas music, and people are nicer, people are happier, and people smile more. And then, of course, it's supposed to snow, but we don't. After last year, I'm not sure I want any snow.
No more snow.
No more snow.
No more snow.
It's like 80 today or something. Well, and I just want to let you know that our show is about getting better in every way. And whether it be emotional, physical, financial, any way you can think of, with your family, with your friends, and your work. And I just encourage you to keep getting better. And just if you want to reach us and you want to go on a retreat with men, Jim leads men's retreats, marriage retreats. We do stress and anger management. We do lots of things, women's retreats. Give us a call at our clinic, 817-232-1363. And if you just want to speak to one of us, you can call us on our 1-800 number, 1-800-214-0065. And just leave me a message. You can also get to Dr. Wallach that way. And in the meantime, I just want to I just pray that the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord, may he turn his face toward you and give you peace. And we'll see you next week, everyone. And remember, keep getting better.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, and I want to tell you that arthritis is not a genetic thing. It's not a disease of aging. Neither is osteoporosis. Get a hold of my book. It's all in your head. It goes into the 25 different diseases you get when you have osteoporosis of the skull. These are all reversible. You take the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, the MSM, vitamin D3, stay away from all the bad foods, including gluten, and guess what? You'll regrow all your bones, including your skull and your legs and your hips and everything else. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.